Alright, hello, my name is Patrick, and I have a pretty simple speech for you today. It's regarding a few things, but I'll start with a bit of background on myself. I've worked with tech most of my life, specifically PCs, and, done everything from call center support, having to make reports on that all the time, and I've had to answer emails, manage files, and troubleshoot systems. It takes quite a bit to get all that done, and I have some tools up my sleeve that make that a little faster. Tools that your computer even has, I promise. Built in. But about that, I've seen so many coworkers not use these tools, not use keyboard shortcuts. I've seen people highlight text slowly, right click, hunt down the copy command, and then go to wherever they want to paste it, right click on that, and hit paste. It hurts my soul every time I see it, because there's a way faster method, much faster. And I get it. No one teaches these directly to people. It's not something that's taught to everybody. But if you're at a keyboard, I want to show you some basic commands that might genuinely help save you some time and be a lot more efficient, and have things be a little less tedious when you're doing basic reports and such. It's not about being a tech wizard. It's about using the tech that you have more efficiently. So, let's start with the foundation. The control key. You'll need to hit this often, as this is the core to almost every command that you'll ever need to input in this manner. You hit the control key, and then you hit another key alongside it. Starting with the first one I'll highlight. Copy and paste. Very simple one. Some people that aren't particularly tech literate might even know how to do that one. It's pretty simple. You Control C while highlighting text. And you go to wherever else you need it. Click into the field. Control V. And there you go. It'll paste. It's fast, it's smooth, and it saves you time. Here's a bonus tip. If you want it to not bring over links and such, say you copied like a YouTube link or something, and you don't want it to format. You want it to just paint as plain text, plain Jane text. Control C. And before you hit Control V, make sure you're holding the Shift key while you're at it. So now you're basically hitting Control, Shift, and V. When you do that, it brings over none of the formatting. Next one I'll talk about. If you ever have to dig through long documents, or while doing online research, some of those can have really long websites, there's the Control F command, the find command. If you ever open a giant web page, PDF, and had to scroll aimlessly to find that one section you needed, hit Control F, type a word, a phrase, in the little box that'll show up in the corner. On Word, it'll show up on this side. If it's like Chrome, it'll show up in the corner up there. Regardless, type in a little keyword. You might need to type in a couple of keywords if the word pops up a lot, and hit the down arrow or up arrow, depending on if you overshoot it by accident. And you'll zip around the document or website to exactly where you're looking for. Might not sound like much, but over time, this shortcut can save hours, especially if you're in school. You're writing reports, or just trying to dig through messy files. And here's the thing, these are just a few examples. There are dozens of shortcuts built into programs like Microsoft Word, Excel, your default browser. I guarantee you, it doesn't matter what browser you're using, it's got them. Even your file system has these shortcuts built in. You ever want to undo something? Control Z. You want to redo that undo? Control Y. You ever want to save your work quickly? Control S. You know, open up a new tab? Control T. You don't need to memorize them all today. But once you've used a few, they'll become second nature. You ever want to learn more? Well, Microsoft Support website has all of them listed. Every last one you could maybe need. Hell, some of the ones you might not even need. And you can also hover over a task in Microsoft Word or Excel, and it'll even sometimes tell you in the tooltip the shortcut command there. Anyway, I hope that with what I've shared today helps someone who's watching this use their computer a little more efficiently. Maybe, just maybe, when you go to right-click some text and click copy, maybe you'll stop yourself and hit Control-C instead. Small things, but like anything in tech, the small changes add up. Because at the end of the day, working smarter is about knowing everything. It's about making the most of what you have.